Y'all gonna learn to listen to me. Did not tell y'all this was gonna happen. Did not tell y'all that Drake might about to be, or he is going to pay a stiff price, because at the end of the day, Drake messed with the wrong people. Instead of him just taking his L like a man and just moving on and just continuing with his career, just say, hey, you got me. Oh, well. At the end of the day, people lose rap battles all the time and they move on from it. Jay-Z lost the Nas, but Jay-Z still got $2 billion in his bank account. He's worth $2 billion. You recover from it. It's not a career ender. But everything was cool with Drake when everything was going his way. And like I said, Drake may have opened Pandora's box, or he did open Pandora's box, because I told y'all how these record companies get down. It's much more than them to just being a record label. They have ties and they have the resources to make your life very miserable, up to not having a life. So a lot of people are thinking that Drake committed career suicide, because out of nowhere, this popped up. And these are the type of things that they start sending your way. Drake ain't going against no machine. Drake just, he's just upset. He just can't take his L, because he part of the new generation of, dudes who can't cope when things don't go their way. You know how you become a better person, a much stronger person, when you take L's in life. You have to have disappointment in your life, because it sets you up. It makes you mentally and sometimes physically tough. It helps you develop. It's good for your state of mind and your well-being when you take L's, because it shows you how to adapt. And you're not just going to take one L in your life, you're going to take multiple L's in your life. And it's just how you adjust. So now, out of nowhere, and many of us remember what happened in 2019, tragically, when XXXTentacion lost his life. Basically, he was scoped out, and basically he was ambushed, robbed, and unfortunately he lost his life. Now, they were able to apprehend the man that was responsible for his death, and they were prosecuted to the full extent of the law. They're all sitting in jail, but in particularly one of them saying that he wants to appeal, because now it looks like he's willing to, well, basically snitch, rat, whatever you want to call it. But then again, telling has been celebrated over the last, basically because of social media and because of other things, basically because of mousepad mobsters who act like they know stuff about the streets and they really don't know jack shit. They have celebrated snitching. If you are a OG like me, I'm 50 now. I think I'm in between double OG and triple OG status. You know, you would understand, under no circumstances do you tell. You get caught, you get apprehended, you keep your mouth shut, you do your time like a man. You don't take people down with you. But this is the new age culture, because this is the end results of when men are raised by women. They don't have no structure. They don't have no structure. They don't have no discipline. They don't have no patience. They all caught up in emotion. This is why I keep saying this, and I'm not gonna watch what I say. This is why women, and in particularly black women, cannot raise black men to be men. It's a myth. It's a lie. It's a facade. It's a front. But nevertheless, this guy came out of nowhere, one of the dudes that was convicted, and says that Drake is involved in this. Didn't say how, but he says Drake is somehow involved in this. Why Drake is involved in this is a mystery to me, but I got a sneaky suspicion that we're going to find out more. And a lot of people are saying that Universal Music Group strikes, retaliates. And this may be one of many retaliations. Didn't I tell you that Drake better leave this alone? Because if there's anything that he's hiding, they will, I'm telling you, these record companies are going to do any and everything to bring it out. So if I was Drake, I wouldn't set foot into the United States for a while, if ever. For the most part, Drake has made a lot of enemies. People don't respect him. Now, I saw Funk Master Flex lightweight caping for Drake, but Funk Master Flex is a notorious West Coast hater. Hold on, you guys. We all know Funk Master Flex hates the West Coast. He been hating on the West Coast for years. So, of course, he was going to side with Drake. But he on the wrong side. So, I'm telling you this right now. I'm telling you this right now. Drake better get him some extra lawyers. Because this story is going to pick up. A lot of people haven't heard about this, but they're going to listen to me. People going to start talking. And in all likelihood, it's going to spread like wildfire. So now Drake is going to have even more questions surrounding him. Keep in mind, Drake was smiling when he heard about what happened to Rick Ross, when Rick Ross and them got jumped. Then keep in mind, Drake, allegedly, or at least has tried to get in contact with the Hells Angels, a group that's known for not doing business and really not allowed to associate with Black people under any circumstances. So that kind of makes you question Drake's Blackness right then and there. Keep in mind, I think on one of them diss records, he asked his mom, who happens to be white, like she would know, is it okay for him to use the N-word? Based off the fact you talking to your white mother about it or asking her about it on the song, that already shows you that you fake. I would understand if you ask your Black father that question, but why would you ask your white mother? but nevertheless, I told y'all this was going to happen. I told y'all. I expect more stuff to come out about Drake. I expect more stuff to come out about Drake. What did dude say on Menace to Society? You know you didn't fucked up, right? Oh yeah, I know what you. Yeah. He should have asked her, "Was it okay?" Yeah, he should have that conversation with her. Like, what dude say on Menace to Society? You didn't fucked up. You know you didn't fucked up, right? That's pretty much what's going on with Drake. He should have left this alone. So now, unfortunately for XXXTentacion's parents, because I'm pretty sure they didn't got the news by now, his mother and father. So now they have to, once again, they have to be reminded of what happened to their son 5 years ago. So now this has to resurface. So now this has to resurface. So now their parents, so now his parents are going to have the burden wondering what is Drake's involvement and what happened with Extension. Drake should have left this alone. Because like I said, it's only going to get worse. I'm pretty sure Drake then got the news by now. I'm pretty sure that he probably talking to attorney. If I was Drake, I wouldn't set foot in the United States. The fact that his name has turned up and now has been affiliated with this and been aligned with this, now you have to wonder. And I already know the YouTube people that's really good on coming up with research and fact checking, they gonna dig deep. Yeah, dude said that he said that they tried to speak on it in the trial, but they wouldn't let him. But now he's saying he wanted a retrial. He basically saying that Drake is involved in this somehow, or at least people affiliated with him. This is not a good look for Drake. I told you guys, those record labels are much more than record labels. They are tied to very shady people and organizations and societies. Oh yeah, Jerome. When they got that letter about that lawsuit, I could tell you they had a meeting somewhere. They like, all right, go to work. Go to work. Like I said, by today, people gonna be talking about this. People gonna be talking about this because Carcino was the first one that started talking about this. Then, Yuck Mouth and Gooch. Shout out to Yuck Mouth, Oakland. Now I'm on it. I'm doing my research. Well, Jerome, we gonna find out more because, like I said, more info, more intel is gonna surface. People gonna start saying, "What is Drake's involvement in this? How is Drake involved? What does he have to do with this?" Well, Stephen X, it don't matter. All I can say is Drake. He would want to keep his ass. He would want to keep his ass out of the states. You ain't lying about the bury. They may literally try to bury his ass. You ain't lying about that. Drake, I hope Drake don't get. I mean, for his sake, I hope he don't get Michael Jackson or Prince or Sam Cooke. Drake got to remember. Drake got to remember. He ain't looked as one of them. Even though he had odds of who he is as a person, they don't consider him one of them. I don't remember. I see. I didn't listen to him like that. I heard a few of his songs, but that wasn't really my type of hip hop. But I knew who he was. But like I said before, this is about to get very interesting, you guys. So just stay tuned and expect the unexpected, but at the same time, don't be surprised about what you may hear. I know I'm not. He gonna be sitting next to Diddy. If he lucky. If he lucky. That's all I'm gonna say. If he lucky. Like I said, if I'm Drake, I'm making sure man, for real. I'm having 24-hour surveillance. I'm having 24-hour security. I'm not opening no mail. I'm not going out in public, and I'm definitely not coming to the United States. Like I said, he may need to hire people to test his food. So, I'm so I'm so sick. He he really shouldn't have did this. Oh yes, Stephen X. He need to stay home. And he talked about he going on tour in Australia's. He gonna have a show on the night of the Super Bowl. He doing a show Sunday night, the night of the Super Bowl, even though that will actually be Saturday to us. But okay, Drake. And what do you expect that to do? See, the thing is, this is gonna make people tune in for the Super Bowl even more. I wouldn't be surprised if it get leaked that Drake is some kind of plant. I think all kind of stuff gonna come out about Drake because he shouldn't have did what he did. You sit up there, you decide to take on Kendrick Lamar, and then when you lose the battle, then all of a sudden, oh, they're against me. Oh, the record label conspired against me. But the record label gave you like some huge contract. Your record label can't be too much against you because from what I've heard, Drake is worth anywhere from 60 to over $100 million, depending on where you do your research. So the record company can't be that much against you. It was just one of them things where it didn't go in your favor. Instead of you just saying he got me and taking your L and just moving on, you decide, oh, I'm gonna sue the record label. Man, they like, what? Oh, okay. See, that's what I'm saying. I heard he was worth 100. Like, dude, if that's you done made $250 million, dude, and you sitting up here crying about losing a rap battle, you could, dude. What are you doing? What are you doing? Now, let me tell you what's the next step going to be. What's going to happen to Drake? I expect women to come out of nowhere from age 13 to 21 and say that Drake violated them or did something inappropriate. That's going to be the next step. You heard it here first. I expect to start hearing that anywhere between now and maybe a month from now. Whether it's true, whether it's concursed, I expect that to be the next step. Because keep in mind, they're going towards the character assassination stage. That's already what they're doing. So I expect to start hearing Dre being tied to a lot of suspicious, peculiar behavior and situations. I expect him to be accused of being with men. I expect him to be accused of grooming. I expect him to be accused of violating a woman. That's the next step. That's the next. I do this. So wait for that. That's the next step. And I think it's too late for him to drop the lawsuits. But mark my words, it's finna get worse for him. And in all likelihood, they're gonna encourage Kendrick Lamar to sing Not Like Us at the Super Bowl. That's gonna be Drake's. That's gonna be the nail in the coffin. Once he performed that song, I'm telling you now, the anticipation for Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance, because everybody's gonna tune in to see if he's gonna perform that song. So it's gonna be the highest. I think this is gonna be one of the most highest rated Super Bowl halftime shows ever, if not ever. You don't think the NFL wants, man, you don't think the NFL wants this type of publicity? Kendrick Lamar hasn't violated or broken any laws. Kendrick Lamar is fine. I'm telling you. They may even put out a report saying that the NFL tells Kendrick Lamar not to perform Not Like a Man. Kendrick gonna perform that song. I promise you. And then that's gonna be the nail in the coffin for Drake. But anyway, you guys, stay aware. You heard it here first. It's your boy Tam. I'm out.